Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. And again, we are streaming this on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I like Twitch the best, just saying. All right, so let's take a look at while we were gone for our little break there. And let's take a look at the indices and see what happened while we were off. So, looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average is now turned green on the day. So it is up 69 points. The S&P battled back as well. It is down 4.8. And the NASDAQ is still down 42.5 points. So still somewhat of a mixed day in the markets. We got one green and two red. So NASDAQ is down 89 points. I'm looking at the futures. Sorry about that. Go back to the NASDAQ composite here. NASDAQ composite is down 90. So about 0.75% almost. S&P is down pennies, down $6, 6 points, and Dow Jones is actually up 57. Let's take a look at the heat map. And you can see some stuff turned a little bit brighter red, some stuff turned a little bit green. Have my Coca-Cola for my afternoon, my caffeine. Oh, that hits the spot. All right, so looking at the FinViz, the S&P 500 heat map. Microsoft down, Apple down, Visa up. Now Visa actually came out with something interesting today. They have apparently worked on their blockchain stuff so that they tested taking payments on the Ethereum blockchain in a stable value, in a stable coin called USD coin. So they're working towards starting to accept crypto transactions for Visa in a seamless transaction through the Ethereum blockchain. So that's going to be interesting. I consider that somewhat pretty good news. And actually, let's take a look at that. I want to see if, just like magic, I come back at 11:30 and the market starts going down right on me. Look at the S&P. I literally started again. This is not me showing back up the stream and the market going down. This is what I expected to happen today, and now lunch is over on the East Coast. We're going to get into Power Hour, and we'll see what happens here. But NASDAQ now down 107, S&P down 10, and the Dow is up 33. I did not make any trades today at all. I didn't make a single trade today. I don't need to. It's not that I don't want to. I could have taken some positions, but I decided to do a little bit more research and stuff. So here's the stuff on Visa. Visa claimed a major industry first in bridging the worlds of digital and traditional fiat currencies Monday after it let a cryptocurrency platform, which is Crypto.com, by the way, Crypto made the payment using the USD coin, a so-called stable coin, because its value against the dollar is fixed. So Crypto.com, I don't know much about them. The exchanges that I've used in the past are Binance, which depending on the state you're in, you may or may not be able to use them. World's fastest growing crypto app. I actually use Coinbase. So I don't know much about Crypto.com, but apparently they hooked up with Visa, and they were allowed to. The payment allowed Visa cards issuer Crypto.com to make routine transactions settlement with Visa without having to convert its digital currency into dollars before making the payment. So that's where Visa is going to try, and I would guess MasterCard is going to do the same, is they're going to try and hook into the blockchain at some point so that you can use your Visa card, or Crypto.com apparently offers their own Visa card, I believe. And then you can do payments that way. I don't know why you would do that, because Visa, from a credit standpoint, charges fees. Whereas if you just send from Ethereum to Ethereum address or Bitcoin to Bitcoin address, you'll pay a fee as well. And depending on what it is, it's cheapest to do Ethereum over the weekend, though. The transactions are more expensive. I do have some news on that. Check this out. I believe before the stream is over, I'm going to get another payout on my miners. And this is these are my 7 workers, my 7 computer rigs. And today is a payment day for me. So this is the hash rates under reported that each of them hashes Okay, and that's mega hash per second. So I'm doing about 1.392, so almost 1.4 gigahash, or 1392 megahash per second. I've built up a balance of $540, and that is set to pay out within in about an hour or so. So we'll see if that triggers before the market closes. So mixture on the day here. So that's good news for Visa. They're actually trading up a little bit. I don't know if it's due to that or not, but let's take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin having a nice run back up to 57,000 here. And then Ethereum, woohoo, my favorite, back above 1828. So there you go. So I like Ethereum. It's actually outperformed Bitcoin over the last 12 months. And so my portfolio for a percentage standpoint before this payout that I get, we can look at that too. As that loads up, AMC is up 8 cents on the day. Cinemark down 54 cents. GameStop down $1.80. Palantir, further pullback on Palantir. So, you know, no real news on this. I am currently 88.2% Ethereum, 11.8% Bitcoin. The last buy I did on, I'll come back to Palantir in a second. Last buy I did on Ethereum was at 1588.1. And there was a good question I had gotten on stream last week. Do I think it would hit 15? And I said 16s, and I had an alert. My alert went off. And I said, nope, still doesn't look right. Let's see if it dips some more. And it did. And I got 17, I don't know what day it was. I did it last week, Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So there you go. Palantir, again, I like Palantir. I do want to buy back into them. I just got to let them settle down on where all this is going to go first. So as we stand right now, Apple is up 2 cents. AMD, which was up, is now down 58 cents. Boeing came back up 3-minute chart. Yeah, 3-minute chart. Up $4.53, up almost 1.8%. That's on news of 100 brand new 737 Maxes that they took an order from Boeing, or from Southwest. So Southwest placed an order for 100 additional 737 Maxes from Boeing today. Ford down 18 cents. Intel down 60 cents. Microsoft down $1.83. Nvidia up $1.59 off of its high of the day. Tailwinds, Nvidia chips to be reportedly used in new Nintendo Switch. So Nvidia's chips will be used in Nintendo's new Switch model planned for the year-end shopping season, Bloomberg News reported. The news outlet has previously reported that the new Switch is also expected to have an OLED screen from Samsung, brighter display. So that's the news on Nvidia today, and they're certainly responding with some positive headwinds there. Okay, triple Qs, again, that's the S&P 5, the Nasdaq. That's basically the Nasdaq trust. That one is actually trading down $1.34. The S&P short, SH, is up 3 cents, and the S triple Qs, which is a short of the Nasdaq 100, is up 19 cents. So a little over almost 1.5% on them, and about 75 or about 0.5% down on the triple Qs. So the S triple Q is the inverse. And what you have is you've had the S&P going down during the lunchtime. The volatility, the VIX going back up. It's now at 20.9. As we head into power hour in a little while here. So definitely something to look interesting as far as the day goes. If we pull back and go into, let's say, a 10-minute view, and we look at some of the indices, you can see just the volatility, which, you know, we called us. We said, hey, it's going to be a volatile week. It's going to be this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And during lunchtime, it ran up. The banksters came back from lunch and turned around and drove it right back down again. So consolidation of the Dow, nice turnaround. That's the only one that is green on the day right now. And a nice little bottom off the 32,071 as well. So 32,071, what is that about? Maybe almost a half. So about a 3, I was going to say 3.5, almost 3 1/3% off the bottom is where the Dow came off today. But well, I'm sorry, that was Friday. What am I doing on this chart? Get back to the 3-minute. Duh. Here we go. Wrong chart. Sorry about that. Here we go. The 6.7%. So 0.67% bump off the bottom of the day for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Take a look at the Nasdaq. It's now heading south again. 130.019. Again, the line in the sand that I drew way back here on the 25th. It broke it, not once, but broke it once on Friday and broke it again today, one time, and then came almost right up to it during lunchtime there, or this morning, about 9:30 this morning, almost, and then it ran back up. Skinny Bollinger Band, it wanted a consolidation. The only way it was going to move up is if within the Bollinger Band, if it consolidated, got skinny. But that skinny Bollinger Band can also cause things, could also see it going down. Again, the green, this is a 3-minute chart. So the green represents a 50 3-minute candle averages. So each candle is equal to 3 minutes. This would be 50 of those candles. And then the white is going to be 180 period average. The red is going to be a 200 average. So they're not day averages. They're only day averages on a day chart. Okay. And the S&P is down as well, heading south a little bit, but it looks like it wants to bump up just a little bit here. But again, below, it's been hugging its 50 average on a 30-second chart. But look at the 3-minute, and it's going to be above the 50 and the 200. And what was interesting that happened while we were gone, check this out. We started the day with, this is regards to the S&P 500. This number and this symbol is the S&P 500 stocks above the 200-day average. Okay, so S&P 500 stocks above its 200-day moving average. Look at this number. 93.87% of the 500 companies, so 500 times 93.9387. So out of 500 companies, 469 of those companies in the S&P 500 are above its 200-day moving average. Okay, and it's been running. This is a daily chart, and it's been running consistently above those. It did break its 50-day moving average. The last time it got down to the 200 was the 24th of September. Okay, so this is for the S&P 500. The last time it broke the 200-day moving average was the 24th of September 2020. The white is mine, and that's basically a 180 moving average. There is no convergence divergence of the 50, of the 180 and the 200. I just like the 180 because if I'm looking at a trade, I use it on a 3-minute basis before I enter a trade as a confirmation of a level of where something might come down to before I enter a trade. So looking at this one on the daily, the 50, it's above the 50, but it's below the 200, which is the red. That's on the so 93.87%, or 469 out of 500 stocks in the S&P 500 are below their 200-day moving average. So again, it's risky stuff. The Nasdaq 100, 81%. So call it 81. 81 companies out of the 100 are above the 200-day moving average on the Nasdaq 100, and then on the Dow, 90%. So 30 times 0.9. 27 out of 30 companies in the Dow Jones Industrial Average are over its 200-day moving average. So that's just some food for thought when we look at things and we say, okay, let's look at indices and let's see what's going on, and let's see, okay, oil's up, okay, Brent crude is up $2.62 a barrel, light crude is up 56 cents, the dollar is up to 92.936, the US 10-year and the 30-year treasuries are up, and yet we still have the Dow is up 79 points, Nasdaq Composite down 117, S&P down 733. or 7.3 points. So it's definitely a mixed day, but most of the stuff out there is down. It's selectively a few companies here and there that are bringing things up. Some of the Dow stocks are up. You got your Johnson & Johnson, your Pfizer, Merck, and Lilly. All those are up, but less than 1% except for Pfizer, which is up 1%. Facebook having a good day. They're up almost 2.5%. Tesla's down 1.61. And let's take a quick look at Tesla. 606.99. Someone was asking me, what would I buy Tesla back at? I don't know. Everything I'm reading tells me that, like, the Ford Mustang Mach-E is going to take market share directly from Tesla on their Y. I test drove the Mustang Mach-E electric SUV, and I just like calling it Mach. And I don't know that I would be interested in purchasing Tesla shares. I think if you look at this range, the last time I drew support and resistance, it says that if it comes down, it's you're at that $500 level, and we're only 100 points away from that. If you look at old resistance possibly being a new support, more realistically, in the 460s is the real support level. If you look at what the Fibonacci says, you got a pivot point at 620.81. Call that the pivot. Okay. Resistance above at 641 on R1. Support below, S1 is at 597. S2 is at 576. And let me go out to a further chart here. And S3 is at 532.95. So 532.95 would put it at S3. So you've got some pressure here. It came down to my arbitrary line here earlier in the month, but it's something that it's Tesla, it's Elon. I do have a pre-order in for the Starlink. S&P just made a big move north. So S&P just made a nice move to the north. Let's go back to that. Turn on the 30-second. And let me go into my news here. Hold on a second. And the VIX just went down. What's this? Multiple companies. Competition Bureau. Greater Toronto area. Okay, who cares about that? Top news. Nomura Credit Suisse. One of the big losses after Archegos share dump. Traffic in Suez Canal resumes after stranded ship refloated. That's good news. And U.S. stocks, banks lead Wall Street lower on hedge fund default concerns. Impending doom. U.S. warns of COVID-19 surge. Biden to announce vaccination. What's there to announce on that? Stuff about the killing up in Minnesota, the George Floyd thing, that's going to court today. Pfizer, Moderna, COVID-19 vaccines highly effective even after first shot, study shows. Fed's Waller says economy is a long way from rate hike. So there you go. So the Fed's Waller, and he's the governor. I forget. I don't know which one he is. I don't know which bank he's the president of, but he basically says the economy is a long way from rate hike. In other words, they're going to let inflation go because they can't. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You got the dollar going up, you got the 10-year Treasury going up, you got the 30-year Treasury going up, and all those are going up. And if the market goes down, what do they have to help that? They don't. You have to remember the bond market is substantially larger than the equities market. Let's see here. Visa moves to allow payment settlement using cryptocurrency. Talked about that. Nothing else here. Biden targets big offshore wind energy expansion to fight climate change. Okay. All right. So apparently we're gonna put more windmills out in the ocean. So there you go. That's the news. And just as quick as the S&P bounced up, it reverses again. So we go slightly green, and then back now we're down 3.7 points. Dow, however, is up 100. Again, Boeing leading the charge for the Dow. They had good news today, so they're up 564. That's a nice jump for them too, off the bottom that we had earlier today. So they had a huge run up at the beginning of the day. Let me take this over to a 3 minute. Sorry about that. Eye chart. Now look at the Bollinger Band. Look at the difference there. So this was the open right here. A run up in the pre-market based on the orders, because 4 o'clock in the morning that hit the wires about the Southwest Airlines 100 jet 737 MAX order that they confirmed. Got all the way up to 254.71. Yep, 254.71. Pulled back to 248.03. Yep, 248.03. And then it's kind of been in this consolidation between, call it a $4 range between 248, 252 all day long. Confirmed to 248 twice, 252 twice, and then some 250s and 251s in there. Pretty much hugging its 50 average, 53-minute average of 50 candles on the 3 minute. But they're having a nice day based on Southwest. I would like to own Boeing again. I've got a whole list of stuff that I want to go back into and buy long term. I've got IRAs sitting there with cash ready to buy something. But I got to find at least my version of what's considered the right time. Because then when it goes on sale, I'll buy some options and I'll buy some shares possibly too. So Boeing, there's a nice run from Boeing. Now if Boeing breaks through this 250, it's got to get up to 252, 251. There's your 251. Yeah, it's got some room here. It's definitely got some room to go. So there you go. Nice blue above the red. So MACD, moving average convergence to divergence. This is called momentum. On a 3 minute, let me go to a 3 minute, and it probably popped a buy in there as well. Well, it popped a buy back here at 11:12. So about 40 minutes ago, it popped a buy at 249, and it's already $1.80 above that. And blue above the red, but getting close. See this right here? That's getting close to an overbought condition. So as it comes up to this dotted line here, that would tell me, might want to hold off. Don't buy any Boeing right at this moment. That is if I was going to do a day trade and scalp. And let's say I did, 500 shares times 250, that'd be $125,000. So if those 500 shares move 38 cents, that's 190 bucks. And of course, it already moved $1.80. All I need in a day is 38 cents. Right there, a little bit right there. 38 cents. That's nothing. Which, I could do that. Yeah, if I wanted to. But not at that level. So definitely into the overbought. Let's watch this for a minute. Little lesson here. And if you have a question, or if you want me to look at a certain symbol or a stock and do a very, very quick DD on it from a technical analysis, and if there's any news or something, let me know. You can type it in. I'll be happy to look that up for you. Right now we got the S&P down 2.4. The NASDAQ down 95 now. The Dow is still up 106. Still overbought. Looks like it wants to form a little doji here. Let's see. Let's see the 30-second drop down and see what it's going to do. I would expect it on a 3 minute. Come back down below here. We'll see if it would hold. The buy volume looks pretty decent here. You're slightly above your most recent sell volume, so that's good news. We're past the lunch hour. All that's gone. But operating on a 1 candle, but you got 1 minute and 30 still left on this candle. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Watch that one for a minute. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not take that Boeing trade right now. Not with it overbought. Even though the MACD, but the MACD, where did it cross? The MACD crossed over here. It gave a buy signal before that. If you didn't like it based on that candle, let's see these three. I mean, it's not bad. It's not necessarily a bottom for a 3-minute chart. Not when you had this stuff earlier. But 248, I mean, that's the range for the day. So 248.03 is the low. Okay, there's a little bit move south now. And that's why. So again, you see that now this might look like a dump, right? You say, okay, well, there it goes. We're going down. This is why. If I line up a trade, I'll look at things. I was already too late over here, but then you say, okay, you start questioning yourself. You say, well, the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, I get the blue line above the red. Volume looks pretty good. We were overbought, so it didn't meet the rule. And so what happened? It bounced up to this 251, and then boom, and then came back down again. So now, you know, what's it going to do at this point? Well, you have, and the other thing, my head is going over here to my other monitor because I'm looking at the S&P 500. That's dipping, and the volatility is going up. So let's say this on this 3-minute chart. Let's say we're back in this range, but we're over here. And I'm not looking at this candle, I'm at this candle. Well, look, this looks pretty good. You got 1, 2, 3 bar. This one's above. The wick is above. The low isn't as low as this one. We got momentum going. Let's buy it. Oh, but we're overbought. That's okay. The blue is above the red. Let's do it. I would look at this over here. I would see my S&P going down. I would see the VIX going up. Volatility, the sentiment right now, this very second, is slightly bearish. Not taking a trade. So I'll confirm, this is the reason why I have these two charts up here. And that's why they show up as the bottom of the screen that y'all are looking at. And what they are is, this is the S&P 500 at the top. It's just a representation of a decent size of the market. It's got tech, it's got industrials. It's basically the 500 biggest companies in the S&P, right? So what's the sentiment of the market? Well, the sentiment is negative right now. It's entirely negative on the day, with the exception of Boeing. If Boeing didn't have those orders, we'd probably be down on the Dow right now, because you wouldn't have, because of those orders, the rest of the defense sector and industrial and aerospace is going to participate in that because of their suppliers and everything else. So they're just going along for the ride, right? But then you have the VIX. This is the volatility index, and that is going up. So I'll look at those. It's the last thing I look at before a trade, and I literally will look at it for 2 or 3 seconds. Based on everything else, if the company is within my realm of research that I've either done on before, I'm familiar with the company, I know the news, I know what they're doing, I know what they've got coming up, and I look for catalysts, and I'll look for catalysts to say, you know, what's the next bit of good news that can come out on Boeing. And I rode that thing a lot last year. I made a lot of trades in and out of Boeing all year long, basically selling high and buying back lower. There were a couple that I bought lower and then sold a little bit lower and lost, but overall for the entire year I was right more than I was wrong. So there's that. Like I said, if you do have a symbol, if you have a question on something, go ahead and post it below. This is not financial or tax advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Get your true advice from somebody else. Seek out a professional. If you follow any of the trades that I talk about on these channels, you will definitely lose 100% of your money, so don't do it. With that said, we have the Dow is still up 76 now, but it's pulling back. NASDAQ down 120 now, and the S&P is now down 7. And the VIX is back up to 20.8. And where were we at today? 21.6. Yep. 21.6 for the VIX for the day. Oh, let me get back to my Heikinashi candles. There we go. I like the Heikinashis better. Hey, you know what? Hold on a second. I had the other candles on. So on the 3-minute, I'm Boeing. Nope, it gave a buy signal at the same spot. Still operating on that and just consolidating. Now the S&P just jumped again and the VIX dropped again. So you're going to see this volatility. You're going to see this. Y'all better be ready for this, because this is probably going to happen all week long with this stuff. It's got to break 252 ish. That's what it's got to do. So Dow is now up 115. NASDAQ just improved a little bit. It's now down only 89. And the S&P is down 1. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? My dog, she had to come say hello. Hi. Hi. What are you doing? You want to say hello? You want to say hello? No? All right. Where's your bone at? Is that what it is? Did you lose your bone? Where is it? Go get your bone. Where's it? Oh, it's sitting right over there. Go get it. Go get your bone. It's over there. Oh, a treat. All right, where's your ball? Let me get her a treat so she has something to keep herself occupied here. As the S&P's coming back. Where's your ball? I'll go get it. Hold on. There it is. Best idea ever for a dog. And this is a puzzle ball. It's got a little hole in it. And just take your little dog food. Throw it in the puzzle ball. And she rolls it around and tries to get them out. Want to say hello? Come here. Come here. Hey. Oh, you smell the ball, huh? She want to come out and say hello. She wants the ball. Ready? Okay, sit. Shake. Other shake. Down. Good girl. Go get it. All right, she's occupied. All right, so yeah, so this volatility, we're just going to be looking at it, I think, all week long. But it'll be interesting. Now we're into the power hour, so we're into the last hour of the trading day, and looking at everything. Let's check our meme stocks, our YOLOs. Tesla, so Tesla 609, still down $9. Rocket still up 14 cents. Palantir. I want to buy that thing again. GameStop down 247, down a little bit. What is this? This thing over here. There we go. Down 1.38%. Cinemark down 38 cents. AMC 1035 up 10 cents. Remember, any options expiration this week, all the weekly options for this week expire on Thursday, April 1st. So Thursday, April 1st, because on Friday, the equity markets are closed. The bond markets are open for half a day, but the equity markets are closed. Where that's important is everybody's going to be look for a lot of volatility on Thursday, because everybody's going to be looking at what's going to happen, and they're going to be making their guess on all these numbers that come out Friday. You have non-farm payrolls come out, unemployment comes out, average hourly earnings, and another Fed president is going to go get their limelight, their 5 minutes in the spotlight, making a speech. But the equity markets will be closed, so you'll see a lot of talk on that. On Thursday, you have the OPEC meeting. Again, the OPEC meeting for oil is going to be on the 1st of April. We'll probably get a statement out of them on whether they are going to continue to hold off on supply. They already are holding off on increasing supply and opening the spigot until April. So they're constricting supply in an opening economy. Think about that for a moment. And then also on Wednesday, we have President Biden is going to be talking about his infrastructure plan. Read another way, he's going to be talking about all the new taxes. And we'll look and see, and we'll probably carry that here on the channel. I don't know what time he's doing. I don't know if he's doing it at night or let's see. When does let's see, Biden infrastructure Presser. Can't type today. Bisexual infrastructure despite pressure. Biden economic plan. Speech Wednesday in Pittsburgh. You can't get a set time sometimes on these guys. Trump was always late. Every time he had a press conference, he was late. Entertaining, though. Let's see. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, Jen Circle Back Psaki, confirmed on Sunday the administration's plans to split the package into 2 legislative proposals so they can put pork in both of them. And what they're going to do is they're going to split it up into 2 packages because that way they'll say, well, if you want this part of the package, Republicans, for the Senate, really, not the House, because they can pass whatever they want in the House. The Senate, they got to get Republicans on their side, otherwise it'll filibuster. You got to put it over there in this package, and then they'll make a deal possibly. Focusing on rebuilding roads, bridges, and other infrastructure, followed by a separate plan later in April addressing child and health care. But what about all the gas taxes we pay federally that is supposed to cover roads, bridges, and infrastructure? They're going to need more. They're going to need to raise more taxes. Somebody's got to pay for all that stimulus bill. If you and your kids all got $1,400, I didn't get diddly because I don't qualify. But if you got $1,400 for you, your spouse, and your kids, that money's going to have to be paid back. The White House has yet to settle on its legislative strategy. Okay. But I will say that I don't think Republicans in this country think we should be 13th in the world as it relates to infrastructure. Okay. Looks like they're discussing a $3 trillion spending bill. So this might be baked in. In other words, this might possibly get baked in before the speech on Wednesday, unless something comes out. Because what they're doing is they're talking about the stuff that they want to do, but nowhere in here do they talk about how they're going to pay for it. So they're going to tell you all the good news, all the green, here it is, green energy, all this other stuff for a broader package, infrastructure, bridges, roads. Oh, that sounds great. Let's fix everything. And not one single thing about how they're going to pay for that. And the way it's going to be paid for is that there's only one way to pay for it. Either you cut costs within the administration, within the government, or you increase taxes to make up the revenue for the revenue spend for all these stimulus bills and any of this infrastructure. Any type of capital gains taxes, talks about a financial transaction tax, with many on the squad in the House of Representatives and a lot of Democrats want. We saw that at the GameStop hearings last month. If all that stuff comes true, that's not going to be good for the markets. And if you think that you're not going to be taxed because you're in the middle class, you're dreaming. You're going to see increased taxes. You're going to see increased gas taxes and fuel taxes. Part of the Green Deal, what that's going to mean is this is going to go ballistic. You think if you're in California, you're paying $3.89 now, just wait. It's going to get worse. I think I had a price of $4.50. I was looking at if oil got up to $4.50, I think I set my alert on U.S. oil at 70. Let's see here. U.S. oil. I don't own it anymore, but I want to buy it back. And I have an alert set for U.S. oil at, all the way up here. Because if oil per barrel goes up and gas prices hit $4.50, I think U.S. oil could go from $41 up to $70 in my own best guess opinion. That's my own personal price target on that. So, will it happen? We'll see. But I need to reload the chart. Give me a second here. Looking at the map, again, a lot more stuff in the green now. A lot more stuff in the green. So right now we have the S&P still down like 0.13. It's trying to turn green. Nasdaq still down 80 points. Dow is up 117. And so the other thing I do when I trade is I'll have these 3 charts up here, and I'll have these. And this is basically this is supposed to be a 5-minute interval chart. I have a 5-minute, I have a daily, and then I have the 3-minute. But usually I just leave that bigger for y'all. So S&P is trying to turn green here. 20.6 on the VIX. This OPEC meeting. I was reading a little bit in the break there between streams, and I was talking about, okay, so what do we have going on? We got the OPEC meetings going on. There's world energy events with the economies being shut down all over the place. And what I think caused OPEC the last time is when the U.S. came out right after the election, right after Inauguration Day, and they came out and said, we no longer support Saudi Arabia with regards to the Houthi rebels and the little civil war going on in Yemen. So Saudi Arabia was against the Houthi rebels supporting the government of Yemen, but they were against the Houthi rebels, which is trying to take over Yemen as a country. And then the Houthi rebels are attacking refineries, the largest refineries and ships and stuff like that going on. And because we pulled that support, I think they held the oil prices, and so I think oil prices are still going to go a lot higher. But what could dampen that is if inflation comes in. Usually if inflation goes up, oil prices tend to go down. You see, we're in a weird time right now. We've got oil prices steadily heading up. You got Brent crude up 262 a barrel today. This is daily charts. And you have light crude up 55 cents. And you take something like U.S. oil, which I got out at 44 or 45 bucks a share, whatever I sold it at before, up in that range there. We're at 15, 14, 15, 16, 16. I sold it right about here. I sold it before this candle I got out. I got out before it dropped. So that saved me about, 11% or whatever it was. 41.89, 44.25 divided into 41.89. Yeah, 6% or so. So I want to buy it back though. We'll see. I had a bottom tick level at 36 for an alert. I said, okay, if it comes back down, where's it going to come back down to? But that hedges on inflation. So now it's trying to figure it out. But here's the problem with it. This level here broke the prior. If you said you had support level here and possibly here, it broke both of those on these daily candles here on the 23rd and the 25th. So, last week on those days, those two candles broke through. So I don't know. It says it should head down again, but so much goes into it based on the dollar, based on volatility in the Mideast. The Suez Canal is open again, and you have, again, 10-year Treasury going up, U.S. bond yield going up, dollar going up. All three of those should present the as a catalyst for the market to go down. There's a lot of green in there, which is good. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy for that. I'm still up on the day. I'm still up a few grand. So I'm doing all right. Let's see here. NASDAQ improving, now down only 68. S&P up 1. What? We're in the green now. So you have 2 out of 3 in the green. S&P up 0.76 and the Dow up 132. We'll look at something real quick here. Give me a second. Okay. And my other account should be up a little bit too. Let's see. Oops, balance. Yep. I'm up in both accounts. I have, out of my accounts, I have one of them sitting in all cash. And I have 2 other ones that I have some things invested, but I also have a lot of cash available to buy too. So, but I'm not buying anything right now. What I want to buy is I want to buy Palantir. I possibly might go back into Boeing, but it depends. The head of the CDC came out and I guess was almost crying, warning about a 4th surge. I'm thinking, even if it surges again, it's not going to be worse than the last one because you got everybody getting these vaccines. I read over lunchtime that there was, I think they said something like 72% of all people above the age of 75 had already gotten the vaccine, one of the vaccines. I'm holding out. I still, in Washington State, I still can't get a vaccine. I don't qualify. I can go get the Moderna vaccine at the VA if I want to, but personally, I'm not going near that vaccine. I'm not going anywhere near Pfizer's vaccine. And if I choose to vaccinate, I'll be getting the Johnson & Johnson one. And I covered this before. There's also a there's a vaccine finder, and let's see here. Let me pull this up. We'll get the time on Wednesday about Biden's speech in Pittsburgh. We'll carry that on the channel, even if it's in between. We'll either stay on or come on early. COVID vaccine finder. Okay. Vaccination locations. You just click on that. There you go. And let's see. Where's the finder? Where's the finder at? Vaccine finder. Here we go. Continue. Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's say city I grew up in, back in Illinois. I can search for all the vaccines, and it'll come up and say which locations have the vaccine. You say, okay, some are in stock, some are out of stock, etc. And you can call them or go in there or make an appointment or whatever. But you can also do this. Click, and say, hey, I only want the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And everybody there, oh, there's one place. The Osco Drug store number 3721 at, is that 81 or 6107 South Archer Avenue? So 61st and Archer in Chicago, 60638, that's pretty close to Bedford Park, has the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in stock. Also, the Osco in Countryside has the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in stock. And that's it. So the entire Chicago area, that's it. So you can go to vaccinefinder.org. So Vaccine Finder, as one word, vaccinefinder.org.org. You can type in a zip code, and you can choose out of the 3 vaccines that are available which one you want to get jabbed with. And we'll just leave that at that. Again, I've been taking, getting close, hold on. I've been taking vitamin B, vitamin D, and Airborne since last January. And my blood type is O positive, which is supposedly better as far as all the blood types of contracting the disease. And not really contracting it, but surviving it. Okay, so I'm at 2.99. I got $547 so far, and that will pay me out in 22 minutes. I get paid. Yay! For my crypto mining. It's crypto mining payday. Happens every 4.5 days, about 4 days, almost 4.5 days. Every 4.5 days, I get a payout of roughly $500. So if I clicked on calculator, let's see where I'm at. I think I was at 1.9 ETH earlier. Yeah, 1.9 ETH a month I'm earning, which is equal to about 0.06 Bitcoin, but I'm paid in Ethereum. I don't pay any fees when I get paid out either. It just goes right into my exchange account. And that's about $34.84 a month. And so $34.84 minus $811, so $2,600 before taxes. I still got to pay taxes on all that. There you go. All right, S&P heading north. VIX holding at 20.7. So still up on the S&P. We're up 2.2 on the S&P. Dow Jones Industrial Average now up 146 or so, almost 0.5%. And the NASDAQ Composite is still down 66. We still got 40 minutes left of the market, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the last half hour. Again, it's going to be volatile, but the other side of it is volumes. You know, with the exception of Boeing. Let's see here, Boeing. So they traded, their normal volume is 21 million, 21.627. So they traded 19.228 divided into 21.627. They've already traded 89% of its daily volume. Okay. Now if we take something like the SPY, which is the S&P 500, basically ETF, 71.48 divided into 94.928, and that's trading 75% of its volume. So a little bit lower volume. It could be because of the long weekend coming up, because the equity markets are closed on Friday. But again, we have all that news coming out on Friday that people are going to try and front run the news and read into all the new taxes that they won't tell you they're going to raise taxes. I doubt that they're going to say they're going to actually raise taxes in a speech on Wednesday. What they're going to say is they're going to talk about all this stuff they're going to do and how they're going to spend the money, and they're simply not going to tell you where the money is going to come from. You won't see that until you see it in Congress, but everybody else in the news, depending on which stations you watch, will talk about that the only way they can get this money raised is by increasing taxes. And that's going to come across whenever you hear green, know that your gas taxes are going to go up. Your natural gas prices are going to go up. Your electricity is going to go up. That's where they farm all that stuff from. And that's going to be reflected over here, just like inflation. 286.3, gas 389 in California, 332 there. Illinois 303. Florida still below 3 at 287. Pennsylvania dipped back down below 3, and New York is still below $3 a gallon too. So I look at that every day because of the oil type stuff that I want to play with as well. And the same thing, food prices, inflation is here. Government can deny it all you want. All you got to do is look at how much you're spending for gas versus what you used to spend in gas over the summertime or even early in the fall until, say, October-ish. And then your grocery bills are going up too. All right, let's take a look at some of the movers. We still have AMC is up 15 cents to 1040. Let me go to a 3-minute chart. Sorry about that. So it topped out at 1980, or where did it top out at? 1076. Yeah, 1076, and that was this morning, like right at the open. Yeah, it was like right at half hour after the open it topped out. And then GameStop is down today, 271. Again, the option strings, the options on AMC trade at 50-cent increments. The options for GameStop trade at $5 increments. If you're looking at those, Palantir still is actually bouncing back up here. What's its low? 21.39. So it's 18 cents off of its low on the day. It did get up to 22.50. I'm still not buying any of it today, but I do like that company. I like the stunk. Rocket, we took the dividend on that a few weeks ago and got paid out on it last week. That was good. Tesla now down 840. And S&P starting to fight and wants to stay green for the day so far, up 3.5 points. The Dow is now up 154. NASDAQ is down 65. Let's check the heat map. A little brighter now, right? You got your Walmart, your Costco's, your drug sector, your Comcast, Verizon, Charter, Netflix, Activision, EA Sports, and Take-Two all up. Berkshire Hathaway B down. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup all down. All your regional banks down. All your chip makers down with the exception of NVIDIA. And NVIDIA came out with news today that by shopping season, by the holiday season, at the end of this year, the new Nintendo Switch will be out, and it will be carrying an NVIDIA chip and OLED screen. Yeah, an OLED screen as well for the new Nintendo Switch. And that news came out, and that caused NVIDIA to bounce up a little bit too. Facebook up 3% now. Google up 0.85%. Disney trading down. But again, Comcast and Charter up, Netflix up, Verizon up, T-Mobile up, AT&T up just a little bit. All your drug sector stuff is up. And some of that I think is going to be, Europe is still having COVID issues. They're still worried about that. I did read like Venezuela wants to trade oil for vaccines. Maybe if they fix their economy a little bit over there and get the dictator thrown out, that might happen. Let's see here. Apple's up 48 cents. AMD, change my cursor here. I got to play with the mouse. AMD down 30 cents. Boeing up 730 now to 252. That's a little breakout there. So remember, we were looking at, say, what would we do over here? Well, it broke that out. This candle confirmed it up here. Slightly higher high. Definitely a lower low on the bottom wick than this one over here. So that confirmed momentum on that one. That would have been a nice play. Ford down 9 cents. Intel down 53 cents. Microsoft down to $1.64. And NVIDIA, boop, up 378. And I've traded Microsoft, NVIDIA, day traded a bunch of these. QQQ down 8 cents, the short down 4 cents. SQQQ up 2 cents, so still positive on the day. Oil, let's go to the rest of the rest. Chevron up 3 cents. General Motors flat on the day, absolutely flat. They're literally at zero. Roblox, if you own Roblox, Roblox is down $3 today, $67.97. Yeah, I hope none of y'all bought it at 70 or 71. And if you did, you sold it at 68 and took the loss. But if you like it longer term, that's okay. Or you average down and maybe bought some down here. The problem is that if the tech sector continues to get hit, they're going to get hit too. I do not own it. I did not participate in the Roblox at all. But I do like the company. I just think that for kids and stuff, if you think that next fall they're not going to be in school, Roblox is still a good play. If you think the kids are going to be back in school in the fall, we'll see. Maybe they won't be using mommy and daddy's wallet for the buy-ins over there. TLT, US Oil up 38 cents, 41.91. I may not hit the 36 on this one that I was looking for. Look at that volatility last week. That was huge. Ton of volatility in that stock lately. That's because everything going on in the world. And then ExxonMobil up 3 cents. Let's look at the metals. We got gold down $20 to $17.10. I don't like that. Back up there. And we've got platinum down $8, $11.75. I like to see that one back above 12. Palladium at 2,500. Hide your catalytic converters because the thieves are cutting them out from underneath your cars. And then platinum, and then silver down 4 cents to 24.62. Absolutely manipulated market there, but a nice upswing since the fall, really since the bottom. You basically would have doubled your silver since March of 2020, all the way up. So nice little run up on silver in that time frame. So there you go. All right, Ethereum 1824, nice. Bitcoin 57,730. What's Bitcoin going to go up to? What do you guys think? I've got a number in mind towards the end of the year. Now, whether it hits that number and comes back, we'll see. Ethereum, the next move on Ethereum, we might see a move after next week, possibly with options expiration on Bitcoin this Friday, I think. They have ones, and I don't do any options on Bitcoin or Ethereum. I just buy it because I'm just trying to accumulate more Ethereum. Oh, I bet I got a payout. Let's see. Reload. Oh, minutes away. 14 minutes. 14 minutes. I'll get a payout before. We'll see. It'll show green, and then it'll drop down into my payments box, and then I'll get an alert on my phone saying, "Hey, we just deposited more Ethereum into your account." So, and that payout looks like right about $550. So not bad. I'll take that. So I think Bitcoin is going to go. My best guess, possibly 110,000 this year. We're already at 60. And Ethereum, I really don't care if Ethereum goes to 2,000 again or stays, but it's got a lot more upside potential than Bitcoin does. You know, keep in mind, Visa came out today, and they didn't say, "Hey, we're going to allow people to use their Visa cards and pay with cryptocurrency. They didn't say they're using the Bitcoin blockchain. They said they're using the Ethereum blockchain along with the USDC, which is the US stablecoin. So if I go over here and I go USDC and I go crypto like this, and I go, let's see, we'll just use Kraken. And this is pegged at $1. Pegged at $1. It'll have little things here, $1. These are fat fingers at $1.10, but it's supposed to hold a value pretty close to $1. Okay, and like right now it's at 1.0001. So it will always self-correct back to $1. So Visa just announced that they're going to allow Crypto.com, who issues a Visa card, for their folks to seamlessly transact through the Visa network with USDC, which is a stable coin. It's another cryptocurrency. And they're doing that through the Ethereum blockchain on the trade. And then they also said they're going to make it so that you can use a Visa to, right now it's up to the issuer whether they allow you to purchase cryptocurrency using Visa or MasterCard, I believe. I don't know, I just transfer from my bank to my exchange and buy it that way. And I use Coinbase. But the Visa wants to allow people on their network to be able to buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin as well. So we'll see. The problem with that I wouldn't want to do that, and I would probably never do it. I won't say never, but I'll now pretty much say never. Why would I want Visa? Why would I want to add another layer of purchasing cryptocurrency versus just purchasing it myself? I'm already paying a maker or taker fee if I sell Ethereum or buy Ethereum with, like the last buy I bought, I think $2,500 more of Ethereum. I got 1.56 Ethereum out of it because it was at 1588.1, and I paid $12 for that transaction is what I paid to purchase that 2,500. But that, what am I up on that? Let's see. 1588.1 divided into 1826.05. 1826.05 is 0.87%. So 13% times 2,500. So I'm up $325 since I bought it, and I paid a $12 fee to purchase it on Coinbase. By the way, I don't buy any cryptocurrency on Coinbase using Coinbase.com. I use pro.coinbase.com. The fees are cheaper. So if you use the pro version of Coinbase, depending on how much you got in there, your fees will go down. And the maker-taker fees are down if your transaction is based on, let's see, let me see if I can put that. Coinbase. And we got a half hour till the market closes. Coinbase fees. And right now we have the S&P is now up 3.76, NASDAQ down only 63, Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 151. What are the fees on Coinbase Pro? And all right, so we'll go right to Coinbase's website, and here's the trading fees. I'll make that bigger for you. Okay. So when you place an order that gets partially matched, immediately you pay a taker fee for that portion. The remainder of the order is placed on the order book, and when matched is considered a maker order. You pay a maker fee for this remaining portion of the total order. So based on what you're doing, anything less than $10,000 of a transaction, you're paying 50 basis points or a half a bit. So you're paying 0.5, you're paying half of 1% of that fee. If your trade is between $10,000 and $50,000, you're only paying 0.35% as a maker taker. Okay, it's not until you get above $50,000 as a trade amount that your taker is at 0.25 if it gets matched, but then the rest of it on the order book is at 0.15 because your maker, you're providing liquidity in the market, and you're helping make the market more efficient by providing liquidity. And then if you really got a bunch of big bucks and doing 100,000, you can drop that down even further. And it looks like anybody above 50 million, there you go. When Elon Musk made his 1.5 billion purchase of Bitcoin, he used Coinbase to do it. And a lot of other companies have done that as well. So, they're the one of choice. That's who I use for my account. And And yeah, you can put it on a hard wallet. Do you want to look up wallets? But when you do it with Coinbase, make sure you write down your emergency phrases. Don't save them on a computer. Write them down, put them in a safe, put them somewhere else safe that you can get to your recovery fees, your recovery stuff if you need to, if you can't remember your password. But there's other ways, and they do have KYC, so they do have know your customer. You'll need to take a picture. I think I did this years ago with them. I had to hold up my license or something showing a picture of myself, send them a picture of myself, and then a picture of the front and back of my driver's license for know your customer, because they do have to abide by those. Again, I'm not a tax advisor, but the IRS treats Bitcoin and Ethereum as property. So anything you own that you sell over a year is treated at basically long-term capital gain. So the IRS treats it as property. So you do have short-term capital gains on those in certain circumstances. But again, consult your tax advisor, because I'm not it. Tag. All right. Where are we at? 2173. So the VIX went back up again to 20.9. Yet the S&P was still going up a little bit at the same time. Weird markets. Getting a little duller. Tesla still down 6 points. I can close some of these out. Y'all enjoying those higher gas prices? Just have a couple minutes left before I get paid out. Almost. Wasn't it just at 14 minutes? I thought it was. Ford back down to 1223. Off of its high of 1362. So it's pulled back 90 cents. And okay. Might do something with that. Apple, Microsoft down. Or Apple's up 45 cents, sorry. Microsoft down $1.28. Nvidia now up 482, but off of their high of what did they get up to 522.50 today? Yeah. There we go, 522.50, 3-minute chart. Cool. Cool. Very interesting day. You're gonna see some more of this tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, and again, markets are closed on Friday, except for the bond market. And I think they're a half a day. Let's see, bond market, Good Friday. No. There we go. Holidays. Boom. Good Friday, April 2nd. Oh, it is a bond market holiday. Partial. Oh, okay. So the bond market is closing at 2 o'clock on Thursday. So they are closed on Friday, but they do an early close on the day before Good Friday. So on Thursday, the bond markets will close at 2 o'clock Eastern, which is 11 o'clock Pacific. And I don't think the equity markets close early, though. On Thursday. They're closed on Friday for sure. See the 9X here. Yep, Friday, April 2nd. Closed. They don't do any partials. Let's see here. Nope, we're good. So full day on Thursday, and then close on Friday for the bond markets and the equities. It's a bond market that closes a little early, 2 hours early on Thursday, versus the equity market staying open. It's full day on Thursday, the day before. So markets are closed on Friday. I said that wrong earlier today. I thought I read the story wrong. I thought I read that the bond markets were open a half a day on Friday, and they meant half day on Thursday. I had heard it wrong or read it wrong, one of the two. All right, Tesla coming back here, bouncing a little bit. Let's go to 30 seconds. And I don't think we're going to have any buy-in balances on AMC or GameStop today. Based on the fact that both of them are, see volume. Let's see what volume dropped to now. 98 million only. So yeah, so 35 AMC is trading, and then 98. 36% of its average volume today. GameStop, wow, 9 into 23, is only trading 39% of its volume today, and yet AMC is still up. Cool beans. All right. Still an update for me. So S&P up 3. And the battle looks to be for the NASDAQ. Still down 56. The Dow is holding in. It's up 149. S&P is up 3.8. VIX is starting to go up a little bit, and the S&P 500 is starting to draw down just a little. But yeah, that's a big increase for the VIX. Hold on a second here. 5-minute chart. $21.6 is where we hit the highest on the VIX today, and that was this morning about 8 o'clock. 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific is when it was its most volatile. But now it's definitely on an upswing here. So be careful if you're doing any buys right now. And let's check the S&P and go to a 30-second chart. Let's see what's going on with it. My dog went to go lay down. She got her little treat and her attention. All right, let's see anything else on news. Hot items. What is that? I didn't click on that one. That was Canada. I like Canada, but all right. Global banks face losses. I don't think we're getting a whole story on that. U.S. stocks S&P 500 near flat. Hedge fund default concerns hit banks. Impending doom, U.S. warns of COVID-19 surge. Biden to announce vaccination. Didn't he already hear he got vaccinated? Is he getting it again? Let's see here if there's anything else. Mega IPO in Brazil, Shell something or other. Exclusive CEO pay irks investors upset with opioid lawsuits fallout. Something about a murder probe, and China warns firms not to engage in politics over Xinjiang. Good luck. How are the EVs doing today? All right, there goes the S&P heading south. It's negative now. NASDAQ just took a dump. It's down 75, and the Dow just took a dump too. So you're at 15 minutes before close, and now you got your adjustments being made. So that's usually a critical time in the market. For a Monday, let's see if the Dow holds. What did Boeing dump to? Down 5, or still up 590 on the day. So again, when I looked at that and I said, right before that dump, I said, be careful if you're planning on buying something. And that's why. So that drop right there, that just got me $2,000 more into my account today. Nice. But it's only on paper. It's not even it's not a gain. It's on paper, but I ain't selling anyway. I'm keeping those for a little while. All right. So S&P, what did the NASDAQ now down 79. S&P now down 2. Dow up 105. So Dow's still up. Let's see. So this again, this is 15-minute delayed. You're going to see a lot of these turn red here at the close. We'll look at it before we sign off, because all these, this is just a sector check, and I use this to look at individual sectors and say, hey, if I like the chip makers, if I want to scalp a trade today, who do I want to look at? Well, Nvidia looks pretty good. They're up. Texas Instruments down, Intel down, Qualcomm down, Micron Technologies down, or AMD down. But the brighter the red, the more they're down. Do I want to look at one of those? So I'll look at sectors from that end. So now we're settling in a little bit. So VIX is now up to 21.1. It was 21.6 was the highest it got today, and the lowest it got today was a 19.4. So back to the S&P. As AMC's probably down now, huh? Nope, still holding 12 cents. And we'll get the buy side imbalances on AMC and GameStop at 12:51 my time, or 3:51 Eastern. But I doubt, I would be absolutely shocked if there's a buy side imbalance on that stock today, on either of them. And that's due to volume. You've got 35 million out of 98. They haven't even done 40% of their volume. 36% of the volume on AMC. And you had 9 million, I think, GameStop, 9.21 divided into 23.33 is 10-day average, and they're at 39% on GameStop volume. But GameStop turned up though. Now the S&P just turned up too. Look at that volume. Little battles going on, huh? I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna sell. All right, SPX. Or let's look at the. So they're coming back a little bit here. Again, this is a 30-second chart of the NASDAQ. What you're looking at the bottom of the screen, the bottom chart is the volatility index, known as the VIX. It's the volatility of the S&P 500. I call it the fear and greed factor. The S&P 500, so the lower this is, the greater the greed. The higher it is, the greater the fear. The S&P 500 is the one above it, so typically these two will trade inverse of each other. And I use them both as a market check before I place a trade to check one last check of sentiment before I press the go button. So if you like volatility, this is the week for you. And Dow's back up to 132 now. NASDAQ still down 65. S&P up 1. Oh, I should have got my payout. Let's see. My thing on? Yeah, my phone is on. I'll press reload here. Watch this. This should be green, maybe. It's green. $548.28. So $548.28. I'll get mining income today, and that'll be processed in the next payment. In the next payment tranche that my pool does. So all my workers, those computers I all built, all go to a pool, and they combine my hash rate for all my computers along with everybody else on the pool, and then they hash together. So I'm 1.4 gigahash roughly, and the network itself, so the entire Ethereum network only on Nanopool. There's all kinds of other pools out there. I just chose Nanopool since 2017. So the pool hash rate is 20,699 gigahash. So I am 1.4 of that 20,000. So 1.4 divided into 20,699. I have too many decimals here. Hold on. Let me change it here. Let me give me a number. 0.0001% of the pool is me. But there are 46,000 accounts, miners, okay? Different separate rigs. So I have 7 rigs, and total on this particular mining pool is 127,000 rigs, okay? And ETH is trading at 1824. So there you go. And so I'll get a payout. I'll get a ding from my Coinbase account when that turns, when I get a payout on that. And that usually it varies. I don't care because I'm accumulating. I haven't sold any Ethereum this year at all, or Bitcoin. I did buy a little bit more Bitcoin back in. What did I buy it at? I can tell you. I can tell you my last buys I did. Real quick here. Let me check AMC and GameStop. See if there's any buy side imbalances. GameStop. Nope, nothing on GameStop. And AMC. Nothing at all on AMC. So no buy or sell side imbalances on AMC or GameStop. As Dow's pulling back now, up 100. Nasdaq's now down 74. S&P's down 2. AMC still up 9 cents. GameStop up 50 cents. Whoops, let me move that. Sorry about that. Yeah, 70 cents, give or take. So the last time I bought Bitcoin, it was December 20th, and Bitcoin was at 23,651. On Ethereum, I made buys on January 22nd when Ethereum was at 1246. I made additional buys on February 25th at 1450. And I bought additional Ethereum on March 24th when it was at 1588.01. So those are the latest buys that I did on Ethereum and Bitcoin. And plus, I get all that Ethereum. This is going to be another 0.3 Ethereum that's going to be confirmed on the blockchain. I'm hoping I can show you guys that once it's done, but we might run out of time before that happens. Okay, VIX is still at 21.0 on the button. And let me see what that does for my holdings today. Oh, nice. I'm up about $700 in my crypto today, too. Very cool. All right, so that's a good day for me. I hope y'all are having a great day, too. I hope you made some money today, or maybe you limited your losses today, one or the other. Don't freak out. If you've got a long time before you retire, this stuff is going to happen. But if we do get a declining market, and again, when the markets go down, they don't go down one day. Usually, it's a period of time that they have it on. So let's see, the Dow up 96, Nasdaq down 76, and the S&P down 1.7. What's a SPY doing? I need that to close 395.76. With 6 minutes to go. We'll see if there's any other kind of push. That might be it for the day. Let's check something else here. There's a dump. SPY's heading down, SP's heading down, but then see, sometimes this stuff just doesn't make sense, but it's the end of the day, right? Volatility. Can't decide what it wants to do. So you got the S&P going down, but then you also had the VIX index coming back down a little bit too. Well, back down to 21.0. There's the jump. So sometimes why they're inverse of not that they're inverse of each other, but sometimes there's a delay for one or the other. And then you just got people deciding what the heck they want to do here. So we can look at all three of these on the screen here. Let me hide this. Accounts, positions, held, good. Watch all three at once up the top here. And I'm guessing that money, but you guys might not even be able to read that. So up top, this is AMC. Actually, I want to get the SPY in here. So you have the Dow up 84, NASDAQ now down 92, S&P down 542. I'm interested to see if the SPY holds 395 or not. All right. Still have my water too. So I now keep my beverages way over here to the side. One time, I had a Coke over here. It spilled down my wall. I knocked it over trying to plug in my iPad. So the screens I got on here, I actually have a laptop here, cameras right in front of me. I have a screen over here, a portable 15.6 because this is a laptop right here, and another screen over here. And then separately, I have my iPad set up so I can look at YouTube and Facebook and make sure that my streams are running on there as well. So, so I have the volume turned down on the iPad, but I have that up and basically can watch myself. And if I see any questions, so I ain't got to look at the smaller screen on the laptop for any questions. If they're posted, I can answer them pretty much live as the market's happening. All right, 3 minutes left. 2 minutes left. No, 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left. Dow down 102, NASDAQ down 80, S&P down 3. I'm going to change up the scanner over here. I don't really use this one. I use some of the other ones that I have under screen and research. And maybe I can show that afterwards here, but oops. What do I want to do here? So now the network has to confirm my transaction, which is what, well, I gotta wait to get paid out. Oh, okay, so I just got paid out. So then the network will confirm the transaction and it'll show up, it'll beep on my phone and tell me it's in my account, and then I gotta pay out on it today. All right, so SPY 395.65. Go back up here. Minute and 20 seconds left to go. Dow's up 92, NASDAQ down 80, S&P down 3. Like I said, I hope you all had a good day in the market today. It was definitely an interesting one. A lot of volatility. Ran up during lunch. So all the retail traders still getting their stimmy checks, buying some stuff back in possibly. Why is, what did I say this? Oh, why is metal pumping? Let me look at that. Right after the market closes, because those will still be open. So we got about 30 seconds left. VIX heading down, S&P 500 heading down, Dow heading down a little bit. Dow is now up 80 on the day though still, 75 on the day. NASDAQ down 94, S&P down 7, but it just took a trip south there. And there we go. All right. All right, so on the indices, you had the Dow ended up 99.4 up on the day. You had the NASDAQ Composite down 79.1. And then you had the S&P down only 3.3. So mixed market day again. A lot of the Dow was Boeing and the health sector, and you had some tech in there too. So definitely improvement over this morning where we had a lot of red. All the banks were red. They're still red. Energy was red. It's still red. All the chip makers were red except for NVIDIA, which announced they're going to be using the NVIDIA chipset for the new Nintendo Switch. That'll be out by the holidays. We have that. Taking a look at Bitcoin. We had Bitcoin up very nicely, 1939. Again, that trades 24/7. It never stops trading. And Ethereum back above 1800. So I did a super buy on that. I know somebody else got some last week as well. And when we were looking at some due diligence of what it could come down to. Looking at the metals, gold is down $19 an ounce. Palladium is down $144 an ounce. Platinum is down $6 an ounce. And silver is down 38 cents. Metal. Which crypto? Give me a symbol other than metal. See if I can find it. Hold on. Binance, Metal, Tether. Yeah, we could peg it to Tether. Now let's do it to the US dollar. Three-minute chart. Up 292% today. Well, that would have been a nice one, huh? Wow, up $5, huh? All right, let's see. Synthetic pricing. It might just be a pump and dump. This is why all companies should buy Bitcoin. Billion-dollar baseball club. Billion-dollar baseball club now holding Bitcoin. One of the biggest baseball teams in the United States is opening its doors to Bitcoin. The Oakland A's are going to accept Bitcoin. Bitcoin price eyes 60. Bitcoin price eyes 60,000. I don't know why metal is up. Usually you can go over to CoinMarketCap, and if there's anything on them, you can click a news button here and see, let's see, the all-in-one solution for CFDs on crypto, metals, and more. Oh, capital review. Nope, that's not it. A month ago, MetalPay's first blockchain bank and trust would be FDIC insured, CEO said. Let's see. Good question. You might have to you might have to look at the yeah, you might have to look at their Discord if they have one, or head over to Reddit. And let's see if we go into let's see here. All right, give me a second here, and we'll dig into it. Let's see if we can figure this out. And let me hop over to Reddit here and we'll see if they got a, do they have a Reddit? Let's see, r/metal. Metal memes, metal working, metal core, Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I don't think this is it. Yeah, yeah, I don't see a Reddit. So there might be something over on BitcoinTalk.org, and I would check their file over there and see if somebody over there knows what's going on. Be careful with it though. When you get something like this that runs up that much, that quickly, unless you are already in down here, they tend to sell off pretty quickly. You know, again, if you know some poor person bought this thing at $10.36. A lot of people bought it over here, and they're down 16% off of that. So we'll see. But yeah, that's a heck of a run. Wow. Yeah, I don't own any. So unfortunately, I can't tell you why exactly it's pumping. Had a real nice consolidation here. So looking at a 3-minute chart, it would have given me a buy signal in the 430 range, right around here. But you would have had the red above the blue, which would normally this would say this would be a downtrend, which it did. You can check the reverse here a little bit on the volume from a volume standpoint, but it didn't cross back over again until right here. So looking at where the original buy was issued on the stuff that I used to look at was at 434. It would have crossed 470, 480. So that would have been a point where, from a technical analysis, I would have been okay buying it. At that point, you had nice volume in here. All your volume, your buyers exceed your sellers, which is good. But without any news, I'm not touching it. But it's something I just don't. That particular one, I'm not familiar with. So why it pumped, I don't know. CoinMarketCap doesn't say why it is either. Let's see if there's a community tab on here. Analysis. I doubt it. Nope. Neutral buy signal. Concentration off the charts. In the money. Yep, we already have that. Overview. So CoinMarketCap can give you all kinds of good information on the stock, but yeah. Let's go back to 2017, 2018 prices. I never traded in that one. It didn't meet my risk profile. Let's see here. Yeah, and they're not on Coinbase either. They are on Binance though. So for those in the U.S., they're on Binance. In my particular state, I can't trade it because I don't get Binance where I live. My state won't let them in the door. I used to have Binance, and then Binance moved out of the state. Let's see. Operates crypto. It's a again, it's an ERC-20. It's a token operating on the Ethereum blockchain. Will be available on its own native Metal blockchain, Proton. Launching Metal on Proton will open new on-chain utility possibilities for MTL. Crypto startup MetalPay files for national bank charter. Again, that's the same stuff from a month ago. Yep, don't see anything else on it. So unfortunately, there's no real news on CoinMarketCap as to why it's going up. So it could be a pump and dump. Possibilities there, but it looks more like it's real from this consolidation phase over here. So it looks pretty good from that standpoint. But again, it's fallen off of that high. It got up to 1040. Somebody bought it up there, right? Cody Coin. Sure, we can look at Cody Coin. And again, it's another Binance one, so I'm not real familiar with it only because I don't. We'll compare it to the dollar by TradingView. All right, technical analysis. So let me go over here and let me type in Cody over here. Hey, get in the box. The seconds of 46 cents, so penny crypto. Same thing from February. It's just run up with all of them, right? First enterprise-grade fintech platform that empowers organizations to build their own payment solution. So it's another payment solution coin, right? Let's see. They allowed staking on the platform back in January 2020, so about a year ago. Cody Group. Allows the companies to effortlessly create advanced fintech products and save time, data, and money. CodyPay can process every kind of payment type. Again, these payment ones, I look at them, for pure speculation, from a speculation standpoint, yeah, would have been a fantastic buy back in February. Looking at it right now, you look at the daily chart and you say, okay, wow, this really looks fantastic. Great run up, like I said, since February, first week of February, it broke out. Looks like a very good chart. Some very high wicks up here and some very bottom wicks over here. So there's no real room for consolidation. You could say, okay, it's starting a consolidation phase right where it's at now at this 46 cent stage. If it drops back down, you might see it down to 37 cents. And so 0.37 divided into 0.46, you could be looking at a 20% drop. And so this would suggest that if you're looking to buy it again, from a technical analysis, you're looking at about another 20 cents back into the low 30s. Yep, right into the low 30s, 33, 34 cents. You could probably bottom pick this wick here at 33.5 cents and say, okay, if it drops through there, watch it and let's see where you're at. But it's not showing overbought or oversold, which is good. This is on a daily chart now, so this is legitimate. Here's your 50-day moving average. It's above. Your red line and your white line, those are 180 and 200 moving day averages. The red is the 200 moving day average. So it's above, it's 50, it's 180, and it's 200. The last time it dipped below those, you're going all the way back before the run-up in January. So what that means is fundamentally, you don't really know what it's going to do in the short near term. And you have to, it's same as the other one, you got to find, okay, what's the news on it? Hit their Discord, hit their Reddit if they have one. Hit the BitcoinTalk.org site and go into there and find out, because the payment ones, you look at, what are the 1.3% of the population of the world has even a wallet. You take something like, you got Square and you got PayPal and you have Visa now ran through Crypto.com, ran a transaction on Friday on the Ethereum blockchain, pegged to the US dollar as USDC, so the stable coin USDC. So Visa's getting into payments through USDC, at least with Crypto.com. And then they're also, in the same news story, it talked about them possibly allowing through Visa purchase of the Bitcoin. In other words, they want to collect transaction fees. And so everything is about transaction fees, collecting transaction fees. Anything that runs on a token that runs on Ethereum, you got gas fees on top of those that have to be paid to run those transactions through also. So it's something that looking at that. So from a fundamental standpoint, I think if you look at TA, let me go back to Cody. And let me go straight to Binance and Tether. And I want to see if there's any news lately. And it's weird to see any kind of ones that you should buy or don't buy as far as trying to get news on these things. So if you go to their website, did they announce something? What did they announce back in let's see, Cody Crypto. Just a blind DuckDuckGo search here. And here's their IO. Here we go. And let's see what they say on their website. The ultimate power grid of payments. Okay. Make that a little bigger. Media. News. Okay. This right here. Let's see. Cody Stasis integrate Chainlink. Apple Pay integration and staking 3.0 launch. What's that? Cody 2020. Okay, so this was earlier this month, right? So it's still running. It's probably running on this news. Apple Pay integration and staking 3.0. So they launched their 3.0 platform for staking. So people that are basically staking Cody and then getting paid something on that, it's now hitting a new high, possibly based on that. And a simplex integration that allows Apple Pay users to purchase the token. So Descend Coin, decentralized platforms offering the best solutions. The Issues Cody is one such platform that has been gaining momentum in recent weeks after a series of network upgrades and big announcements brought extra attention to the enterprise-grade fintech platform. But who's using them? Okay, so SushiSwap announced the launch of a pair back in February. All right, so I mean, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. I don't see anything negative about this run up other than it's you know it ran up big time from February to here. What was that run? Let's take this buy right here. Catch the bottom of that candle, go back up to where it's at right now. And you're talking about 606% run up. So hopefully you have a lot of it over there, Ronaldo, and that you're holding on to it. So at least from a fundamental standpoint, it looks okay so far. Nice consolidation phase here. You don't have on these red candles here, and again, this is a daily chart. So on these red candles here from last week, the 24th and 25th of March, these red candles and this volume, the selling volume did not break the buying volume on the last run up. So your selling volume is less than your buyer's volume, which is why you had the run up here. Now it's consolidating. If it holds this line, if it holds this, call it 45 cents or so, it's now trying to turn the last resistance here into new support here. So what it's trying to do is it's trying to form a support level possibly at this 40, call 41 to 43 cent range. And if it can hold it, now let's drop it down to a 1 hour. And let me look at from last week to this week. Same thing, right? Consolidation. So this is good. You like to see this when it breaks a new level and holds. Yeah, it can run up. It can run up to 57 cents or whatever, and then come back down and bottom out, and then consolidate. But what I like to see is I like to see consolidation at old resistance levels. So here we go. Not even knowing this, looking back at earlier this month, you had resistance up here at 48 cents. Broke that resistance here on this last run up, came back down, broke it on the downside, going back up and consolidating. So if it's going to consolidate in this range here from 48 to 43, that actually looks pretty good. Might not be a lot of confidence on this range. It's hitting its old resistance right now though, so that could be a little concern. So if it pulls back, yeah, you're back to this 43 range again, channel bound. But look for the next news item. Get into BitcoinTalk.org. Check the forums in there and see what kind of stuff they have coming out. You can also go on to their Coti.io. Go into there. Make sure you go through their 2020 in review. There's probably way down here. There's probably a white paper somewhere on page 9 maybe when they started. Let's see. Listing sales. Here's what they do. Articles on Medium. Probably the best one is probably going to be something like the 2020 year in review. You can click on that, and that's a Medium article, so somebody wrote that and sent it up to Medium. Looks like it's a 10-minute read, and they're talking about updates to their technology and everything else. So CodiPay, Viper, whatever that is, Codex, Trust Chain. Partnerships and business developments, Cardano, Chainlink, SushiSwap should now be on there as well. But again, this is 2020 reviews, so SushiSwap just added it as a pair as well. So there's now a SushiSwap Cody pair. I don't know what is with that word right now. SushiSwap. So that's good news as well. Good news as well. If you're staking, obviously there's a lot of benefit to staking if you like it long term. Some of these are just super small ones. Exchanges and liquidity, again, you have basically, at least in the US, you have Binance. So Binance is not available in New York. Binance is not available in Washington State. There's a few states that don't allow it, but the majority of states do allow Binance, and they're operating in there. So you can buy it over on Binance. I'm guessing that's where you're at. So you say thanks on that. So very good. All right. So anything else on coding? And hey, if you like it, do me a favor, hit a comment in the regular section on YouTube. Be sure to hit that like button as well before you head out of there. Helps me out with the algorithms. Lets other people find it. Okay. Let's see here. So, good day on Bitcoin. Good day on Ethereum as well. And I think what we'll do is I'm going to look at, because I know over on I want to start doing more on the channel in terms of cryptocurrency, not necessarily the NFT space, although I do own some moments from NBA Top Shot. I have 5 moments right now, and I got some cash in there if I ever get a drop. I haven't gotten a drop yet. All the NFTs I bought on NBA Top Shot have been through the marketplace, but I want to do some due diligence on like some other coins that like Coinbase offers, since Coinbase is in virtually every state. But I do want to take a quick look before we head out. I want to check in what's happening in the aftermarket, and I'm going to drop back down to a 3-minute chart. I want to look at the S&P futures, and let me click on. Okay, those are down a little bit, and the NASDAQ futures are bouncing up 9 points after the close, so it's up a little bit. As the 10-year and the 30-year still go up, and the dollar goes up, which should have made for a big time down day today, but it didn't. So that's pretty interesting there. All right, cool. All right, folks, that stayed a little bit later today because we had some questions. I'm always happy to stick around and answer those questions for you as well. I'm Joseph, also known as Crypto Sonar. I will be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., which is a half an hour before the market opens, and we'll be streaming on both Twitch, on all 3 platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We stream to all 3 at one time, so you can catch me on any of those. Hit the like button, hit the follow button on Twitch. On YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button if you like the content. And like I said, if you have questions, I'll be happy to break them down a little bit, even if I'm not familiar from at least a technical analysis standpoint. You know, would I possibly buy something? If I don't know enough about the coin, though, I won't go into it. But I'll tell you, what I see as possible support and resistance, and then we can check news. But CoinMarketCap, BitcoinTalk.org, look at the coins information that you can get over there, and then just start digging, start doing your due diligence, and look at the website, look at their news, see what they have coming out here and there, and that'll tell you, what you're gonna be looking at. Okay. All right. So with that, listen, thank you all for hanging out. Really appreciate the support today. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye now.